Special thanks to Patreon supporter Ratcatcher2 for making this tutorial possible. Hello ladies and gentlemen, Scared12 here bringing you another Minecraft Modern Warfare vehicle tutorial. In this tutorial we'll be going ahead and building the Oshkosh M1281 L-ATV Close Combat Weapons Carrier. This here is a variant of the Oshkosh L-ATV program. The Oshkosh L-ATV is a light utility combat multi-role vehicle that won the U.S. military's Army-led Joint Light Tactical Vehicle, or JLTV program. In the earlier stages of the program, it was suggested that the L-ATV winner would replace the AM General High Mobility Multi-Purpose Wheeled Vehicles known as the Humvees on a one-for-one basis. However, that's not going to be the case, and it is now suggested that this vehicle will not replace it entirely, and hopefully leaving room for another light vehicle to fill that role. The Oshkosh's L-ATV will deliver a level of protection similar to that of current, but heavier and less maneuverable, mine-resistant ambush-protected AMRAP class designs, these having more protection from blasts than up-armored M1114 Humvees. On August 25th, 2015, the L-ATV was selected as the winner for the JLTV program. The first JLTV delivery order was placed in March 2016, with the U.S. Army ordering 657 trucks. Overall, JLTV requirements are 9,091 vehicles from the Marine Corps, with all to be delivered in the fiscal year of 2022, and 49,099 for the Army, entering service in late 2019, with deliveries occurring through 2040. The Air Force and Navy will also receive small quantities of the JLTV, and all totals are subject to change. The Army received its first 7 JLTVs for test at the end of September in 2016. Colonel Shane Fulmer, JLTV project manager, stated at an AUSA, a 2016 media briefing. So yeah, the JLTV here is a very interesting class of vehicle, basically the future of the United States kind of light combat vehicles, and basically the direct replacement here for the Humvee, but not entirely, as the Humvee will still be around for a little bit. This version we have in front of us is the Close Combat Weapons Carrier, so this is, judging by the name, I imagine intended for more close combat type settings. There really isn't too many differences from our heavy weapons carrier that we did a tutorial on a little while back, besides maybe the back. But for the most part, this is really going to resemble that. Some of the differences I saw was we have the turret up on top there, but it isn't enclosed, judging by some pictures I've seen, and also it looks like it does have smoke grenade dispensers on the side of the turret as well, so kind of interesting in that sense. And then the back is kind of more completely closed off, which is also pretty interesting. So it should be a pretty fun build to add. We've done 3 other of the JLTVs before, so this one here is just going to kind of add on to those other vehicles and really help create some cool convoys and stuff like that you can put together with these vehicles. Before we go ahead and jump into taking a look at the build, I do want to go and give special thanks to Patreon supporter Ratcatcher2 for making this tutorial possible. If you guys are interested in supporting the channel where you already do, feel free to check my Patreon page. Link is always in my video description, so you can go and pledge a small amount to the channel every month, and doing so earn a video request you're choosing. It really helps support the work I do on my channel. It's really greatly appreciated, so definitely feel free to check that out. Again, links always in my video descriptions. With that though, let's go and dive in here and take a look at the M1281. So going ahead and again start with, we have the front of the vehicle here. So pretty standard, very similar to our other previous L-ATVs. We have the winch in the front here, bumper, the basically front hood, all the communications equipment, radios, all that stuff, side mirrors, and then we get to the cab section. So again, nothing too crazy going on there. Up on top here, this is a close weapons carrier, so it does have a kind of protected 50 caliber gun mounted on the roof here. And as we work our way further back, we just have basically a fully enclosed area on the back here, which is kind of unique compared to the other variants, which all have that kind of more open area. But this one's kind of completely boxed in entirely, and we do have, again, some additional little communications equipment and antenna and stuff like that. But overall, pretty nice build, and again, we'll make an awesome addition to any of those convoys if you're looking for some diversity in some kind of light armored vehicles in sort of military convoy or around your bases or something of that sort. Without further ado, let's go ahead and move into the tutorial by beginning with our first layer, layer number 1. Alright guys, moving into our first layer here, we're going to be going ahead and starting with layer 1. For layer 1 to go ahead and get started with here, we're going to place down 2 polished blackstone stairs back to back like so. We're We're going to go then place down a stone brick top slab, iron trapdoor, stone brick top slab, and then another 2 polished black stone stairs back to back, like so. After that's done, we're going to go then skip 2 spaces back, and we're going to place down a row of 3 of birchwood trapdoors. Again, over here, same thing. We're going to skip 2 spaces back, place down 2 birchwood trapdoors, like so. We're going to go then skip a space of 1, and we're going to place down 2 polished black stone stairs back to back. Same thing over here. Stone brick top slab on both ends here, and that iron trapdoor there in the center. After that's all done, that right there is going to basically conclude what we have for layer 1. Pretty simple layer, and take a look at it from above here. This is what we should have for the top-down view. With that out of the way, that's it for layer 1. Let's move on up to layer number 2. Moving into our next layer, we have layer number 2. For layer 2, we're going to start off by placing down 2 polished black stone stairs back to back on top of these 2 stairs, like so, and it's going to go around for all 4 wheels. We then want to place down a anvil on top of these iron trapdoors, as well as a stone brick wall to both sides of the anvil. Same thing here, like that to both sides. Once we have that all done, we want to go ahead and then go to the front, and coming off the front of the vehicle here, we're going to place down a row of 1, 2, and 3 polished black stone top slabs going forward. And then to the sides here, we're going to place down a wither skeleton skull on the side of this slab here. And we then want to place down a birchwood fence gate, rather this way. So it's going to be horizontal like this. And then we're going to go ahead and then place down a smooth sandstone top slab to both ends, and then coming off that smooth sandstone top slab, we're going to place down a skeleton skull, like so. After that's done, we're going to go then grab our end rods, and we're going to place down a row of 1 and 2 end rods across, coming off this polished blackstone slab to both sides. At this point in time, if you are on Java, we'll go ahead and grab ourselves an item frame, and we're also going to go ahead and grab ourselves a tripwire hook. We're going to place down an item frame on these fence gates, and a tripwire hook in those item frames, so it's going to be rotated face downwards like so. This is going to be a feature that's only going to be available for Java players, as if you're on Bedrock, you're not going to be able to place down an item frame and a block in the same block space, so you will miss out on that feature if you are on Bedrock or Pocket Edition. So just keep that in mind going forward, and you won't be able to place those item frames. Going ahead and continuing on though, we're going to go into your smooth sandstone. We're going to place down a row of 3 across the center here like so. And we then want to go ahead and follow this up with a smooth sandstone stair to both sides. We're going to go ahead and place down another row of 3 of smooth sandstone across, followed by a third row, 4, 5, and we're going to stop at 5 back. We're going to place down a smooth sandstone block here in the center, and then to the sides of this, we're going to place down a polished blackstone wall. And then coming off that wall, we're going to place down a wither skeleton skull, like down at both ends. With that done, we're going to then place down a birchwood fence gate that's going to be on top of the middle trapdoor, and we're going to open this toward the middle of the vehicle. Same thing over here. And after that, we're going to go ahead and place down an end rod coming off both ends here of the fence gate. So just like that. And we're going to leave that as is for right now. Then going ahead and continuing to the back here, we're going to go ahead and place down a smooth sandstone block here in the center. Smooth sandstone upside down stair going back. And then grabbing our birchwood fence gates, we're going to place down a fence gate here. A second fence gate. This fence gate is going to be opened up toward the stair. Same thing over here. Like so. And we're going to go ahead and then grab a birchwood trapdoor and place it down coming off the side there of that fence gate to both sides. Like so. And then on the back here, we're just going to place down a black banner coming off that trapdoor like so. We're going to go ahead and place down an item frame coming off these fence gates. And we're going to go ahead and place down a tripwire hook in the item frame and rotate it so it faces downwards. And then after that, we want to go ahead and then place down another fence gate coming off the center stair, opened up toward it like so. And with that all done, that's going to pretty much do it for our base design here for this layer. Taking a look at it from above, so we should have for the top-down view. At this point in time, though, we will go ahead and grab ourselves some banner materials, and we will be making the wheels here for the vehicle. So I'm going to go ahead and grab the materials real quick, and I'll show you guys how to go ahead and go about doing that. So going ahead and moving into the banners here, they're pretty simple to make. We're going to need, obviously, a loom, 2 black banners, 2 gray dye, and 4 black dye. We're going to start off by placing down our loom. We're going to go ahead and go into our loom for black banners and our gray dye. We're going to do the horizontal, or sorry, I should say the vertical line on the left side there of our gray. And then we're going to go ahead and do the vertical line over here on the right side. So we get basically these 2 banners that look like this. We're going to place down each of these banners back into the loom along with our black dye. We're going to do the line horizontally across the top and the line horizontally across the bottom there with black. Same thing will be done for this banner here. So line across the bottom, line across the top, and you get these 2 banners like so. We're going to place these 2 banners on the side here, these 2 polished blackstone stairs for each wheel with the gray portion facing toward each other. And that right there will basically complete our wheels and just kind of adds a nice little bit of detail to them and makes them a little bit more beefier. Anyways, that is it for layer number 2, and with that, let's move on up to layer number 3. Alright guys, moving into our next layer, we have layer number 3. For layer 3 to get started with here, we're going to place down a stone cutter on top of this block right here. And we're going to go ahead and place down a wither skeleton skull to both sides of it, and then a birch or a dark oak wood sign on the front there. We then want to place down a row of 3 of iron bars directly behind it, followed by a row of 3 of black concrete right behind that. We're going to go ahead and place down a smooth sandstone stair to both sides like so. And then an item frame coming off those stairs. We're going to go ahead and place down a black bed in the item frame, rotated so it's facing downwards at this angle so that the white portion of the pillow is facing toward the center, and that will be done for both sides there like that. We then want to place down a narrow brick fence post going up from these skeleton skulls on both sides. And for the left side of the vehicle, we're going to go ahead and place down a total of 1, 2, 3, and 4 end rods up. Over here iron bars up, and then on the other side over here, we're going to place down a total of 1, 2 end rods up, and then a narrow brick fence post up on top there. So that'll just be done there for both sides. After that's done, we want to go ahead and then place down a smooth sandstone upside down stair here, and a second stair right behind it to go ahead and create our fenders over our wheels. Just like that. And then after that's done, we're going to place down a black concrete block again here in the center, and then a stone brick wall again to both sides like so. With that all done, we want to go ahead and then place down a row of 3 of smooth sandstone across. We're going to go ahead and then place down another row of 3 of smooth sandstone, followed by a second row, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8 rows of smooth sandstone going all the way across, like that, to the back here. Now when it comes to the sides of the vehicle, we're going to place down a sandstone wall, 2 strip birchwood blocks, a sandstone wall, strip birchwood block, sandstone wall. Then we want to grab a sandstone top slab. We're going to place down a sandstone top slab, a sandstone upside down stair like so, and then a sandstone full block right here. Now on the other side, we're going to go ahead and just transfer the same thing over. So sandstone wall, 2 strip birchwood blocks, sandstone wall, 2 strip birchwood, 1 strip birchwood, sandstone wall, a sandstone top slab, upside down stair like so, and a sandstone full block. We're going to go ahead and place down item frames around the corners here. We're going to place down a red concrete block on the sides here, so the corner panels. And since we're on Java, we can also place a birchwood sign on the side of the block. Again, if you're on Bedrock or Pocket Edition, you will not be able to place down a sign and item frame in the same block space, so just place down the item frame and disregard the sign if you're on one of those 2 versions. Continuing on, we're going to go then place down an apple that's going to be on or in those item frames there, and then across the back, we're just going to go ahead and grab our birchwood trapdoors, place down a row of 3, and we're going to close them like that for the tailgate. Now, after that is all complete, one of the last things we have to do here is going to be a birchwood button on these 3 strip birchwood blocks on the sides here of the vehicle. Also, in the front here, we can go ahead and grab ourselves a orange concrete block, and we can go ahead and place down an item frame here. Orange concrete in the item frame again for us Java players, since we have that fence post there in the way. Anyways though, with that all complete there, that is going to wrap up everything we have there for layer number 3 for the build. Again, taking an overview of what it should look like from the top down view, this is what we should have. And with that, we'll be going ahead and moving on to our next layer, which will be layer number 4. Moving on up to our next layer, we have layer number 4. For layer 4, we're going to start off by taking our birchwood trapdoors. We're going to place down our row 3 across like so. A sandstone slab in the middle, birchwood slab to both sides, and then after that we want to go ahead and then place down a row 3 of pistons across like so. We then want to place down a sandstone slab here in the corners, a lever coming off the tops of the stairs, and then a wither skeleton skull coming off the lever just like that. After that's all done, you have a few things I want to mention real quick is that we will be coming back to the pistons for us Java players, and these pistons are going to be used if you are a Java player that has access to commands, so being able to use the debug stick and all that stuff. If you're on a version that does not, or if you are on Bedrock or Pocket Edition and you don't have access to a debug stick, you can use end portal frames instead as a good alternative. Those will work for this situation, but I prefer pistons a little bit more. But again, that's another option for you guys to use there. Anyways, after this point, we're going to go ahead and then grab ourselves a birchwood fence post. We're going to place it here in the center of the build. And we then want to go and then grab a black stained glass block and place it to both sides of it. Now, once we have that done, we're going to go and go off the side of the black stained glass with a sandstone wall. And we want to go and then grab a birchwood fence gate. And we're going to place down a birchwood fence gate coming off those walls to the sides. And we can also grab ourselves a polished black stone wall again, and we're going to place down a polished black stone wall here on the ends for the side mirrors. So just like that. After that's done, we're going to go ahead and then grab a birchwood slab. We're going to place down one slab here to both sides, going back from those sandstone walls, as well as a birchwood sign on the side there of those slabs. In the center here, we're going to fill this in with a row 3 of black concrete, or sorry, black stained glass. After that, we're going to go ahead and place down a strip birchwood block here to both sides, and then we're going to place down another row 3 of black stained glass across. We can go ahead and then also place down a tripwire hook on both ends, like so. Our next row here is going to be a row 3 of sandstone full blocks, and it's going to be a sandstone wall to both ends. We then want to place down a stripped birchwood block to both ends. And at this point in time, we can go and grab ourselves some black concrete. And we can actually, since we're not doing an interior for the build, we can just close the inside in here with black concrete. So just so that we don't have basically, you know, anything visible into just the basically what will be the void of the vehicle. So we'll just place black concrete to kind of make it look like it's a little bit more, there's a little bit more to it inside there. And then we're going to place down another stripped birchwood block to both sides and another row of 3 of black concrete across. This is going to be followed up with a tripwire hook on both sides there, and then a birchwood button on this stripped block. Then taking our sandstone full blocks, we're going to place down a row of 5 all the way across, followed by a second row of 5 and then a third row like so. We're going to go ahead and then place down a tripwire hook here, birchwood button, tripwire hook, birchwood button here on the corner, birchwood button, tripwire hook, birchwood button, and tripwire hook. On the very back here, we're also going to go ahead and start the tire, which is going to be 2 polished black stone stairs upside down, kind of like that, off to the right side there of the rear of the vehicle. With that all complete there, that is going to wrap up what we have there for that. And at this point in time, we're also going to go ahead and cover what to do for those pistons. So for my Java players, we're going to go and type in the command /give space @p Minecraft :debug_ stick. By pressing enter, you'll get this debug stick. You can then go up to these pistons here, and you can go and right click them and basically get rid of that wood portion. And you will need to left click the pistons until you get selected extended true, and then you can go ahead and do that technique there. But yeah, it just kind of helps create a nice slope there for the front of the vehicle, and that's really all that does there. Anyways though, that is it for layer 4 for the build, and with that, let's move on to layer number 5. Moving into our next layer, we have layer number 5. For layer 5 to go ahead and get started with here, we're going to place down a yellow stained glass pane on top of this fence post here, then a black stained glass pane to both sides, and then after that, we're going to go ahead and then place down another yellow stained glass pane to the sides there. On the very outsides, we're going to go ahead and grab a sandstone stair. We're going to place down an upside down sandstone stair to both sides, like so. And then we want to go ahead and then take our black stained glass and place down our row 3 across the center here. We're going to place down a second row 3 across as well, and then a sandstone upside down stair, like that to both sides. Once we have that done, we're going to take our smooth sandstone. We're going to place down our row 3 across the center here, a yellow stained glass pane to both sides again. And after that, we want to go ahead and then place down our sandstone top slab to both sides, another row 3 of black stained glass, across the space like so. And then after that, we're going to go ahead and place down a row 3 of smooth sandstone across this space, followed by again a sandstone wall to both sides. After this, we're going to take our smooth sandstone, we're going to place down a row of 5 across, a second row of 5, and then a third row. Taking our birchwood buttons, we're going to place down 1, 2, 3, 4. Around the sides, 1, 2, 3, 4. And then on top of the polished blackstone stairs here, we're just going to place down 2 more stairs back to back. Again, we'll grab our banner materials here that we use for the wheels, and we'll place them on the back here like that to go ahead and create that spare tire. Now, after that's all done, we're going to go ahead and then work our attention here to the side mirrors. And this is going to be starting off by placing down a wither skeleton skull at a slight angle on top of these walls. So as you can see, it's very slight. And then after we have that done, we can go ahead and use the technique for us Java players, which we're going to place down a block here next to the fence gate right here, but not on top of it, and you're placed down a lever there. You're going to do the same thing over here as well. Now, using our debug stick here for us Java players is we're going to go ahead and left click the lever until we get selected face, and it should say wall. We're going to right click this so we have it face to floor. Then after we have that done, we're going to go and then left click it again until we get selected facing. By right clicking again, we can go ahead and actually rotate the lever like so and have it actually rotate and connect out to the sides there like so. So nice little technique there to get a little bit more detail there and a little bit more shaping for our side mirrors, and you'll just do that for both sides and you'll pretty much be good to go. Anyways though, that is going to include everything we have there for layer number 5, and with that we'll be moving into our final layers, which should be layers 6 through 10. And yeah, with that, let's go ahead and just move on to our last final layers, 6 through 10. Alright guys, moving into our final layers, we have layers 6 through 11. For these layers to get started with, we're going to place down a polished black stone upside down stair on top of this black stained glass block like so. We're going to go then place down an end rod coming off of it, followed by a chain. With that done, we're going to then place down a sandstone wall to both sides of the stair, as well as a wither skeleton skull like this on top of those smooth sandstone blocks. With that done, we're going to then go back from these walls with a sandstone upside down stair to both sides there. And we then want to go ahead and also place down an anvil in the very center like so between those stairs. Continuing back, we're going to place down a smooth sandstone block to both sides, as well as placing down a birchwood fence gate coming off these stairs, and we're going to have the fence gate opened up toward the stairs like so. On top of those fence gates, we're going to place down a wither skeleton skull like this at a slight angle to both sides for our smoke grenade dispensers mounted on top of that gunner's turret there. We're going to go then grab a birchwood trapdoor. We're going to place it on the side here of these walls, like so, and have them opened up so they lay flat against the side of the wall, and then also on top of these walls here, and we're going to open these up so that they're facing toward the front, like so. We want to go and then place down item frames on those two trapdoors, and then in those item frames, we're going to place down black stained glass panes. After that's done, we're also going to place down a redstone repeater on top of that upside down stair there, and then once we get to this point here, we're going to go ahead and grab a skeleton skull, place it down here at a slight angle like that to both sides, sandstone slab going back like so, and then we want to place down another row 3 of smooth sandstone going across the back here, row 3 of smooth sandstone up downstairs. A skeleton skull here in the center, one at a slight angle like that to both sides to kind of round out the turret there, and we'll also place down a birchwood trapdoor in the center here for the hatch there for the gunner. Once we have that done, we're going to place down an item frame here on both sides of this smooth sandstone block, and we're going to go and place down a black stained glass pane on both sides like that. After that, we're going to go and follow up with a birchwood sign to both sides, and then we're going to go and then place down a row of 3 of birchwood trapdoors going across. We then want to place down a wither skeleton skull on these sandstone walls here, and these are going to be at a slight angle like so. After that, we're going to go and then place down a birchwood fence post like so. We're going to build 1 and 2 fence posts up. We're going to delete the middle fence post, place down an end rod coming off the bottom of that top fence post, and then we can delete the top fence post so you get a design that looks like that. Then grabbing another brick fence post here again, and our iron bars and our end rods. We're going to place down another brick fence post to both sides here. 1, 2, 3, and 4 iron bars up on the left side, and then we're going to do the same thing we did in the front here. 2 end rods and another brick fence post on top of the other side like so. And once you have that all complete there, that's going to wrap up layers 6 through 10 of the M1281 L-ATV close combat weapons carrier. Hope you guys do enjoy this tutorial and are able to put to good use. If you do use this build, I do ask that you guys give me proper credit for it. This is me thinking from a side of the build, link to my channel or this video if this does appear in social media sites. As long as you guys give me proper credit for it, you're free to use it for projects you guys are working on. Overall, enjoy the build, have fun with it, all that fun stuff. Again, a big special thanks to Patreon supporter Ratcatcher2 for making this tutorial possible, and as always, feel free to check my Patreon page. Link is always in my video descriptions. With that though, thank you guys again so much for watching. As always, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. This has been Garrett284, and I'll see you guys next time.